Let's go!
Every Wednesday night, Key-notes on Shim's hosting.
Be on the corner too.
So you know that shit is tight. That corner's a bad, mother sucker, yeah. Bad. She's a bad mother sucker. Oh, let's go.
I did it. I finally did it. I gave you the key. Not to my heart or my home, but to a whole new world that is filled with ecstasy. You see, you said you dreamed about me and some things that you really wanted to do. Well, I'm here to let you know, baby, that I can make all of your dreams come true. So what I need you to do is just close your eyes and visualize as I sit back and explain the real reason you'll get chills every time you hear my name. You'll receive a phone call from my cell to yours telling you I'm in room 222, baby, just knock on the door. But when you get there, you'll find an envelope and on it will be your name. Inside, you'll find a key card and rules to this ecstasy game. When you walk in, you'll realize you're in a candlelit room. And on the bed, you know, there's another card with instructions, and the instructions are just for you. The instructions will tell you to take off all of your clothes and put on your favorite love-making CD. They come into the bathroom with a hot tub. You can join me. As you enter the bathroom, I give you a champagne-filled glass. Then I watch you sip it slowly as I gently rub your ass. Sitting in the tub of my back and get the ceramic in your back on my chest, I rub my tongue across your neck as your breasts start to caress. You turning me on with each and every moan as my hands take a southern trip between your breasts, past your belly button, below your bikini line, until I reach that yearning clit. Rubbing into a circle of motion until I slip my fingers inside. I'm nibbling on your neck and your ears. Your legs start to open wide. You're ready to get the gift right now, but I have other plans for us. So I get out of the tub and whisper in your ear and tell you, baby, right now, there's no need to rush. But at that moment, I pick you up. Legs across my right arm as my left arm cradle your head. You then rub your hands across my naked, wet back as I carry you towards the bed. I then lay you on your back and feed you chocolate cream covered cherries. You land there looking pretty as Hallie, so it's mandatory I go down and eat your berry. My thumb and index finger rolling your nipple as I lick your clit. My tongue extended real hard deep inside, making you beg for the gift. So I oblige your request by giving you a gift that you haven't received yet. 8.5 inches of rock hard penis in a spot that's dripping wet. With your arms pinned down to the bed and your slim, sexy legs on my strong shoulders, you quickly realize that you're not messing with a boy, baby, but you fucking with a sex soldier. With each stroke, your moans get louder, but I know it's not because it hurts. I let your arms you wrap around me tightly, repeating, oh God, like you inside of somebody's church. I then slide out of you, get out of bed, and I make your body bend. I wrap my hands in your hair, spread your legs, and from the back again, I slide in. Pulling your hair while cheeks and meat, making a beautiful smack. Your pleasure muscles contract real fast as your eyes roll back. The words slip softly from between your teeth. But that's what happens when you with Paul Cram and we in between these sheets. You see, deep and deep inside I go, and hard inside I thrust. After about your third orgasm, baby, I think I'm finally ready to bust. So I'm still deep inside it. You order for me to stroke it fast, like stroke it to the very last second, pull it out and make sure I don't shoot it on that beautiful round ass. Your pleasure muscles still throbbing as you lay across the sheets. I place a pillow under your head because you quickly fell asleep. So now that you have visualized everything that we can do, it's time to wake from that dream state so we can make this dream here come true.
You see, I live life poetically. And if you haven't seen me behind the mic, then you really just haven't seen me free as I can be. Because I don't play about this relationship between me and poetry. You see, I just threw off the hat. Full on attack like 10-4. Okay, let's go. You see, me and poetry go back like 4 flats on a lap when I was pretending to drive. It's do or die because this makes me feel alive. You see, my pen been on suicide. That's a deadly medley that consists of iron sharpening iron like, now that's clashing. Never bashing because can't nobody do me. Now that's a closed casket. Silly rabbit, I keep telling y'all tricks are for kids. Show us that bullshit and trash that some of y'all be dropping, meaning literally. It doesn't make sense to me if you really living poetically because there's no play. Every time you open your mouth, you should really have something to say, because poets, they are just prophets without the PH. I know I left most of y'all off balance, but I'm here to challenge y'all to live the life of the shoes you're trying to walk in. That stranger or friend, before you pick up that pen, look within when you leak that heat, meaning let it fuel. Don't be a mule, no Charlemagne, because I'm sure to give your ass donkey of the day. So if you live, make sure you express yourself in the best freaking way. And if you don't know, then act like you know. This is a 10-4 for let's grow.
She obeys my every command. With instrument in hand and plan in mind as I stroke her from the front, side, and behind. Sometimes not even being able to sleep. You see, that's just how deep it is for me. I am forever infatuated and eternally elated to have known her for so long, yet the loving is so strong. It's as if we met yesterday. You see, my insides, they burn with a passion for as I can't stand to be away. She's living proof that blessings do exist because I see her every day. And I say that to say that she makes me feel some kind of way when we into what we're doing, strictly business, no time for play. So when I'm down and out at times, she's hell-bent on making me feel okay. When I'm inside of her at times, she overcomes me with emotion. She's never worried about me stepping out on her because she has my undying devotion. I mean, I'm drunk off her spirit as if it's some kind of love potion. I'm sailing in her ocean, making every attempt to reach that place, and she uses me to her advantage and still manages to keep a smile on my face. But she has to be smitten with me too, you see, because she just won't leave me alone. I guess that's what happens when you're giving it to her, right? You're making a foundation to build that on. My heart, it beats to the rhythm of her song. And whenever she moves, I feel an obligation to tag along. And right now, I'm a complete man because she's made this house her home. She is the orchestrator of these soulful words. Oh, I'm perfect for her, and yeah, she's perfect for me. Or her name, although she can go by many, quite simply, I call her Poetry.
Black man, black man. Yeah, that's me. I was raised in the land of our captivity. Broken backs, buck-breaking tactics that lasted way past the middle passage into the backyards of your forgotten past, because these roots tell a story you could never see through rose-colored glasses. Kids mature in traumatic flashes, and the flashes linger from the generational flashes of the madness that happened. And the second you take foot to the pavement, your life is in danger. Only the strong survive in this world hell-bent on doing us dirty. Look, mama, I made it to 30. I'm alive. It's the small victories we count, like no felonies, no baby mamas, good head on my shoulders. And look, ma, I still got my voice. A lot of passion and purpose, and I got that ambition in my eyes. So speaking of black lives, let's not fail to mention the failed attempts at making us feel good. But let's address the educational system that teaches little black boys and girls the world real, and doesn't come close to giving them a true glimpse of the history. And that one's personal. It's a misappropriation of funds. Take the money from the schools, give them to the children. Undo the effects of redlining. We could get into that next. See, the key to wealth is ownership and being self-sufficient, building schools and homes for our own. That's the mission. Now, will the riots and rallies rewrite history? Will we ever get down to the bottom of this corruption and hypocrisy? Find out next time on the episode of We Deserve Our Own Nation. Patience. Rome wasn't built in a day. But stay tuned. They still got a lot left to say. Rebel.
Like the heartbeat racing at a steady pace, he beats his drum. And like a toddler's feet pace as they steadily race, he beats his drum. When the director signaled that it is time for the band to march on, he beats his drum. When he hears the flutes cry out, the trumpets blow, and the trombones moan, he beats his drum. In the summer's heat, covered completely by the sun, he do not miss a beat. Now the ladies say he's hot as he beats his drum. And in the winter's frost with no trace of the sun, the sisters, man, they know his tempo was never lost. We think he cold as he beats his drum. Whether it was morning's daylight and the whole world was watching, or the darkest hour of the night without a soul in sight, he beats his drum with his head to the sun. He beat his drum as he faced the sun. He beat his drum to the day he saw his son. Long live Uncle Alvin.
Ooh, that's my type of speed round, man. I love when they come through the corner and fire everybody ass up. Foul, foul, foul. It's a drive-by, bitch.
Oh, Shield, you already know, and that was an absolute drive-by. Before I even get into it, man, let me welcome y'all to another week on PPC. I'm your host with the most keynotes. Y'all already know what it is. I'm already overly excited. This house is about to be one tonight that y'all gonna remember, man. Before I even get into it, man, if y'all already returning from the show, y'all already know what it is. Strap in, because we about to take y'all on a good old ride from corner to corner. And it's an ATL corner this week, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. We break straight from Atlanta. Forever, I love that thing. So y'all know we swinging it that way. But let's get to it. What about that spotlight from Paul Cram, man? That thing was on 10. I already told y'all that drive-by was hitting from every direction. We're going in reverse this week. We're going to hit y'all with the kings first, and then we're going to lock it down with the queens. So y'all already know it's about to be one to go to. My first guest, I ain't gonna waste no time with y'all tonight. My first king, he's about to drop that D on this corner. Is originally from New York, but now he resides, like I said, in this dirty South right here. ATL is in the house. He's an author. He's an artist. He's a filmmaker. 10 years he's been in this spoken word game right here, man. He's a community member and activist. And y'all know what? I've been watching his videos all week long, and I tell y'all what, he is really active in this thing. He's always working out something. If he ain't working out his mind with the poetry thing, you can find him working out that body. I just told him, boy, I gotta get out there with you because I'm motivated just watching him. So y'all already know I was like, got to get him. And then, not to mention, let me throw the icing on the cake. He's a part of one of my favorite collectives, y'all. We about to get some of these certified for real. So let me go and get Poetics up in this piece. Let's go.
See, I don't do this for entertainment. I do this because they detain men on 23-hour lockdown for mandatory minimum sentences and industrial complex prison systems, all for their self-interest. And I thought prison was for rehabilitation. Until I read the 13th Amendment. See, they abolished slavery unless you're incarcerated. But I've been studying our legacy lately, and I couldn't help but see we were kings and queens way before slavery. But now your common misconceptions and your constant second guessing gave you the wrong impression. See, they judge us based off how.
They had to hit the mute on you. You was ready to go on the mic like, oh, yep, thank you for having me. Let's turn up. So how you doing tonight, King? Let's get to it.
Yo, I'm doing well, yo. Thank you for having me on the corner with you, Key-notes. I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? And I feel the love, you know what I'm saying? I feel the love for the art and everything.
Thank you for being a blessing on the corner. I like anything that push dope. You know, they always got the best dope on the corner, so you have to come on PPC. Anytime I see some good dope, bro, I be trying to get a sample in or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you already said that you've been on this journey for 10 years. How amazing has it been on this journey?
Man, spoken word saved my life, you know, in a lot of different ways, but like quite literally, spoken word has saved my life. And, you know what I mean? I feel blessed to be able to, you know, touch the people that I've been able to touch and reach the people I've been able to reach. You know, when I first started, it's a roller coaster of kind of success. You know what I mean? It's always been great to be able to get on stage, but, you know, how active I've been. But, you know, throughout the time, I've always wanted to be able to impact people's lives. You know what I mean? In more than one way. And so spoken word has really been a tool for me to be able to do that. I've been blessed and able to, you know, impact people's lives in other ways. But definitely spoken word has been a tool for me, you know, throughout this entire journey to be able to impact people's lives.
Okay, big pass on that. So I said author in this thing. Let's talk about that. So, I mean, come on, what we got? What kind of books we got going on? Are they short stories? Are they poetry books? What is it?
No doubt. This is not your ordinary book of poetry. It is called Spiritual Warfare, Inspiration of a Nation. It is a collective of spoken word and essays. So, you know, I come from a background. My father's a history teacher. I come from, you know, I was raised in the ministry. I have a lot of, you know, my politics are real strong, and I have a real, you know, outlook on how our people are, our presence here in this country. So we talk about that. We talk about the community. We talk about unity. We talk about knowing what's going on in the world. We talk about, you know, being able to to kind of identify yourself within this world outside of media, news, entertainment, things like that. So we get into a little bit of the essay form, but we also drop some spoken word just to bring it all together. So it's Spiritual Warfare, Inspiration of a Nation. It is out now. It is available now. You can either DM me. You can go on Amazon.
I was just gonna say how I get it because I need my signed copy. I do not play about this. I wish I could run to the car right now. I got so many books. Half of them I ain't even started on. I just feel like we gotta support each other. If we don't do it, then nobody else will. You know what I'm saying? So what kind of prices we talking about? We talking about corner prices like less than $7, or we talking like, you know, I need to that.
I'm gonna give it to you, bro. It's a hard copy. It's a hard copy, so it is a dub. It says 20. You know what I'm saying?
That's a corner price, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just a dub. Something that'll really enlighten you. But to be honest, like it's a book where it's 100 pages. I try to keep it to 100 pages because I want it to be an easy read. It really goes into, you know, in-depth topics, but it doesn't go too deep to where you losing yourself in the book. It's something that you could really relate to. It's something that I try to break it down as simple as possible, just so that everybody could really relate to it. So it's 100 pages. It's hard copy. It's a $20 book. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, it took me a couple years to kind of put, you know, all my understandings, what I learned from, you know, my background, what I learned from my fathers, my elders, you know what I mean, and can put it in a way where people like me, you know what I mean,
understand it.
Can understand it, you know what I mean?
I definitely understand that. I mean, and then that's that's a big accomplishment. Like I just told you before we got on here, I just started this 6 months ago, but I've been writing for forever. You know what I'm saying? So a book was like the first thing on my mind. I never thought spoken word for real with me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even think that until I told you what happened. You know what I'm saying? So that's what sparked that spoken word. Like, don't let your words die. Why not? Boom. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big accomplishment. What made you take that path? You know what I'm saying? Thank you. But what made you take that path with, you know, wanting to put it down so that the knowledge can be passed on from generation to generation?
No doubt, no doubt. So I'm an honest believer, a firm believer in the fact that I feel like everybody has a story. Everybody has at least one story in them. Whether they're able to, you know, take it and put it down on paper, you know what I mean? That comes along with your journey. So part of my journey was to express myself. And I feel like it's going to happen in many different ways. As I mentioned before, I'm also a filmmaker, author, and things like that. But it was just something that was in me, and me being around the elders that I was around when I was younger. You know, that era before us, you know what I'm saying, wasn't too much, you know, digital media, social media, things like
everything
that.
Was books,
Everything was books. Everything was written down. You know what I mean? So I kind of got that from them. And I always felt that I would be able to take it from inside of me, put it on a paper, and then have that, you know, trying to have a shelf life that'll travel through time. You know what I'm saying? That'll last throughout the time. So, you know, that's why I went that route.
Big ups on that, man. Everybody who listening, he just gave good knowledge about the route that most of us need to take if we want that longevity. You know what I'm saying? So what's the piece first piece you're going to hit us with tonight, King?
So the first piece is going to be, oh man, I think I gave it to you backwards when you asked, but this the first one.
It doesn't matter. Just tell me which one you want to go with, and we're gonna make sure.
No doubt, it's gonna be All Black Boys Go to Heaven.
All right, well, let me get up out of here, man. All black boys go to heaven.
All black boys go to heaven. All black boys go to heaven. See, I was 14 when I learned that Emmett Till died at the age of 14. I, for one, don't think that was a coincidence. I was 25 when I found out the woman who accused him was still alive. I heard her name was Carolyn. Again, you may think this is just rhyming or it could be perfect timing, but I see no coincidence in this. It took me 11 years to realize that you didn't care whether she was telling the truth or telling lies. Now, by this time, I've come to the conclusion that this American dream is an illusion, and the greatest threat to this confusion is to resurrect the facts that we're refusing to accept. And for that very fact, and for that very reason, I've come with the decree that all black boys go to heaven. Because we're going to overcome everything they put in front of us. Obstacles are the story of our lives. That's just where we're coming from. See, they're going to blame you for the things you don't know. Just hang in there. These are the lessons that'll one day help you grow. Not a lot of empathy surrounded by apathy, but that lays the foundation for the path, you see. And after the fact, make sure you go back and learn your history. More on that in a little, but for now, enjoy your youth. You remind me of the kid in me, moving throughout this world so innocently. But I see a lot of division in the outcome of public decision. And we were all in the trenches, backs in the walls against us, at least at one point or another. So when I touch this stage, no, I do it for the ones who'll never make the history books, for the ones who will forever remain nameless but gave their life as a sacrifice, believed in something deeper than the memes turned to 6 o'clock news, for something heavier than useless banter between pundits and political views, for the ones that walked with purpose. Not because the bank account was low, but because the people's spirits were. I could see them when I closed my eyes. I could see them waving their fists high with pride. I could see them swaying side by side. I know black men that been walking around with broken hearts for most of their lives. And they keep that shit bottled up inside. Not because of mental health or thinking it's not cool to cry, but because they told us what this world was and how this world worked, and we found out this world lied. Disappointment, depression, life lessons. You better stand up, dust yourself off, chest out, chin high. Because boys will be boys until Black Boy Joy is being crucified. And we know this game ain't built off sympathy. Like I said, there was more apathy than empathy. And if I go off for 20 minutes defending black men, would that be blasphemy? And if I told you the memories of the past empower me, would you begin to attack the image of me? And what if I told you I could never find your truth in the voting booth? Not because of what they did with Malcolm or Martin, but for what they did with redlining and public housing. And no, I'm not celebrating your holidays because I know damn right Jesus Christ ain't white, and I know what a picnic really meant. See, I know black men that been walking around with broken hearts. And we know this game ain't built off sympathy. So they walk around with that gotta get it by any means, don't really know what it really means, but they've been keeping it from me kind of attitude. Because you said I didn't want to work, but you fired me. You said talk nice to the cop, but he started with me. You said do the homework, but you lied about history. You threw me in jail. Then you started selling tree. You said don't do drugs, then put it all in our community. You said don't use guns, then put it all over the TV. You said I was violent, then you went on a killing spree. How can you say Black Lives Matter? And I could count the hypocrisies. So I have come with the decree. I decree that all black boys go to heaven.
Let's go! You know, it's that knowledge is power thing, man. Be about that shit.
Let me unmute myself. I got a bad habit of that. I had to mute. Dang on children were downstairs. It's one of them nights, man. I'm just over here talking it up. I'm like, Lo, I'm gonna have to ask the king when he come back on, what made him write that piece? That was definitely a powerful piece right there, man. Y'all about to make it hard in here for this spotlight. I can already tell from the first piece of the night. Man, let me go ahead and get into my next guest. Hopefully he ain't caught in the Matrix no more, because he been having one of them nights, y'all. But love, he been coming in and out of this thing. Every time it boot him out, I see him right back in this guy. So I appreciate that already, bro, before I bring you up. My next guest, I met him through a king of another mother from another brother in rhyme. You know what I'm saying? And now I consider him my own big bro for real in this poetry game. And not just me, he's an activist. One of the main focuses is to influence the youth and inspiring professional actors and artists like myself, y'all. So it ain't just me. He out here looking out for the community. Reach one, teach one is his thing, and he all out for it, man. We got to talk about his book and everything else he got going on, but let me get into his accolades for real, y'all. He's an author. He's a poet. He's a holistic relationship coach. He's a host. He's been featured on CBS, NBC, Fox, over 20 years span in this game, man. He's been on some of the best platforms, man, with some of the dopest people you can think of. I'm talking LL Cool J, Keisha Cole, Chico DeBarge, Jasmine Sullivan. I'm talking about, and the list goes on. But them just some of my faves, so we just had to put it on there like that. Sincere, my brother, welcome to the corner, baby.
She obeys my every command. With instrument in hand and plan in mind as I stroke her from the very front, side, and behind. Sometimes, not even being able to sleep, you see, that's just how deep it is for me. I am forever infatuated and eternally elated to have known her for so long, yet the loving is so strong, it's as if we met yesterday. To see my insides get burned with a passion for as I can't stand to be away. She's living proof that blessings do exist because I see her every day.
Joking. I know you ain't out there humping around, man. Them some accolades right there from heaven. You hear me? I'm in the spot. Boy, I'm trying to get there. So let's just talk about it for a minute. How is life feeling right now, just knowing that you put that many footprints in the sand?
Man, we up. Peace and love, family. How you feeling? That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, what you talking about? I got you right here. How can I feel like one of the most blessed things out here? It's the present. I'm right now. It's going down. Oh, man. Did it just hit the Matrix on me? I think it just took it. I think the Matrix snatched his soul just then. It got him, it snatched him, and he's gone just that fast. So we're going to do it like this here till my brother come back. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go on and break it on down like this. Here, bring it back up. So we're going to go on and cut to an good old commercial break around this thing so we can get bro back up on this thing, man. What a commercial break here. Let's go. Y'all already know it. I'm bound to throw some hits and some stuff in this show. So I saw this dope author, y'all, and I just had to invite her on the show. So just like that, I came up with a damn commercial break. So Queen, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm blessed, man, especially when I seen you down there in the comments. I was like, wait a minute, she's supposed to be up here. What is her at? So
yes.
In that right link. So let's talk about it, man. We ain't got but a couple minutes on this thing. Let's get into it. How many books do you actually have?
I actually have 5 books published as of right now, all urban fiction. I got a couple more. Right here in the making, and I'm working on a memoir right now.
Okay. Let's see some of these books. And what we talking about, where can we find them? I know you got some in handy. Well, you ain't got nothing we can put up or something. I mean, I know.
I got you.
So I just need to see how thick they is. See that thing don't show how thick they really are. Turn to the side, girl. Let me see how thick they are. Yeah, okay. So what we talking about prices wise?
This my thickest baby.
Right.
Loyal Snake. It's the thickest one. Honestly, I probably wouldn't go this thick ever again because I want to keep y'all attention.
I bet y'all don't hear too many women say that. I mean, long maybe, thick iron. I don't know. But whatever. So what kind of prices
I just came out with the sequel. The sequel is Loyal Snakes 2. I just published literally in July of this year. It took me a while. This is the book I actually published and myself.
Okay. That's even better. So we self-published around this piece.
Yes, self-published.
Let's go.
Yeah. Then I have my book that has for the short attention span.
That'd be about me right there.
Yeah, it has 2 stories in one book.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna peep in and try to check that one out right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to get all of them just so I can say I got them. I need them signed copies because you know when you get rich, I want to be like y'all. She was on the corner. I'm telling y'all, I talked to her. So what we talking about price wise for these books?
So, of course, Amazon, they're gonna top price. But if you go to my website, passion2write.com, passion number 2. Write.com, write with the
it's scrolling.
Yeah, you go there and it'll have the books at a discount. Actually, when you purchase the books through Passion to Write, I sign them. So you get it from the
author. That might be worth the extra money right there, y'all. You'll get an autographed copy of the book. She's going to actually sign the book herself for you if you go straight through her to get it. And come on, that's a Black-owned business right there. So if you support Black like I do, just tap in on the Queen. Get you a book or 2 or 3 because do you have a bundle deal? You know, I be asking all the hood price. Hood stuff like bundle deals, like price, you know.
Yes, I have bundles. If you get Loyal Snakes 1 and 2, I'll give it to you 2 for $30. You know, like I work them deals.
Hey, y'all heard it right
Yeah.
here on the corner, man. The queen is legit. The books are looking like they something that you might want to pick up and read a little bit of. You know what I'm saying? So y'all definitely make sure y'all tap into the queen. Tell them how to find you one more time, queen, before we get up out of here.
That's passion number 2, right, RIGHT.com. And everything you need to know will be right there. Even my links to my social media.
All right, man. Y'all heard it right there. Thank you so much, queen, for breezing through this thing for me one time. And that's a PPC commercial break, y'all. Let me see if I can get Big Bro back up in this thing, man. Let's go. Yay, yay. We back in here. You know what? I'm not going to waste no more time right now, right? What's the first piece you going to give us before you blink out this thing like the Jetsons?
Yeah, I restarted. So we back in this thing. So check this out. This joint right here is called Questions. All right. So it is to hit you with the consciousness right quick. All right. So here we go.
All right.
I am sincere, short for seeing intellectual neglect, summoning eager ancestral revolt. You see, my father's name is simply George Jones, so I never felt the need to keep up with the Joneses. I'm it. See, I was born a fire sign and right now still lit. Either too stupid or too wise to give up on us, so tell me, why is it that so many of us quit? We quit on ourselves, we quit on our health when the only way to a healthy self is to heal thyself. So take it from Mr. Self-Help himself. If this ain't it right now in this moment, you tell me what is true wealth. See, now some things, they just make you say, Things like the fact that we were never designed to fail. Because see, that's only faith administering intentional lessons. And you see, fear is only a flawed emotion apprehending relevance. And I know this because I became a gift gathering information for transformation. And they say, well, sincere, you'll never be a boss. But I say that I became official seeking solutions. A mogul because I'm a master of goals utilizing leverage. And I love power because I live on valuable energy with proof of wisdom energizing relationships. Now, knowing this in our current state, have we really stopped to investigate what's in our ancestral DNA? You see, now some things, they just make you go, Things like the fact that my queen is a celestial being, just being herself. You see, it's a true knowledge of her wealth that takes us to brand new depth. So why try saving him or her when salvation is saving your damn self? You see, now some things, they just make you go, Things like the devil's greatest trick is having you believe it exists. And if perception is reality and we can create reality, then why is the perception not to believe the deception? You see, now some things, they just make you go, Things like we are our enslaved ancestors' wildest dreams. However, we are our most enlightened ancestors' worst nightmares. Now, with that being said, why are so many of us woke but still lying in bed? You see, now some things, they just make you go, Thank you.
Well, I ain't gonna say it was a heavenly message, but it was definitely a message, man.
Well, thank you for letting me know I'm on mute. So I just been talking my behind out. I got to stop with the mute, man. The family is a family affair tonight, man. Look, everybody is in this mode tonight, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. So I got to mute when people are on so y'all don't hear what's really going on out here in this room. And then I forget to unmute myself. What I was saying was, I started the show talking about don't litter. Don't be spitting that bull out of your mouth. And the king just definitely came through and gave y'all something to make you say, Y'all know Arsenio Hall. If y'all too young to know what that is, then just go back and do a little research, man, and then think about it. For real, for real. But my next guest right here, y'all, man, I got to tell a story before I even bring this queen. Yes, we switching it up. I told y'all. It's going to be a queen that closed this damn show out tonight, man. I saw this queen for the first time at Tamika Fest, y'all, at a show called Queendom Come. And this show was full of powerhouses, and I was sitting there like a big old happy-ass fan, y'all. So y'all already know what kind of night it was finna be. This queen right here was sitting outside at a table with her little purple dress on, and she was sipping on a little yak. You know what I'm saying? But she was having church, but she was quiet. Real quiet, like, but she caught my attention. You already know purple is my favorite color, first of all. Second of all, it represents royalty. So I was already, trying to see what she was about to get up there and do, because really, I didn't know who she was, y'all. So when she got up there, she blew my freaking mind, y'all. My little heart just melted. I was like, oh, and she had the whole room's attention. It wasn't just me. She had crowd participation, like she rocked. And I'm telling y'all, it was a room with like Rare Epiphany in it. Ebony Goddess was in there. Teresa the Songbird was in there. Like, I was a true fan in here, y'all. And she came and she really shook me. So I just had to get that out right fast. You know what I'm saying? Cause I turned into a stalker right fast, but I'm just gonna talk about that for 2.5 seconds. I turned into a stalker, and then I had to go around and find her ass, y'all. She was just that amazing. I was all on Instagram trying to learn how to use it and shit. How do you find her? But Tamika, thank you to damn Georgia Me, who sang today and was like, that's Miss Dia, man. Go hit her up. So I did, and I invited her right here on this corner. So let's get it, man. This queen right here, I just told you, they call her Miss Dia, a.k.a. Pretty Dope Dia. She's originally from Detroit, but now you already know where she resides, right here in this AT alien right here. Back down. Well, damn. Y'all shutting me the hell up, huh? Y'all, you just gonna, the background just gonna shut me the hell up, because they is just ready for her to come on up through this thing. So, you know what? Maybe I'll do her intro when she come up here the next damn time. Don't take us down memory lane. Come on. Back down memory lane.
Like, comment to Erica. He gave me poetry. No other man had ever reached me like this man, y'all. Down memory lane. And none even attempted to teach me like this man. And although we ain't never take the cute long walks holding hands in the sand, I can see his footprints, they were left there. Back down memory lane. Now those footprints at the time, I was too blind to see. They're like my...
Yo.
Hey, sister.
Queen, what's going on in this thing tonight, man? You are a busy bee. Yeah. So how's your day been so far?
Oh, it's been amazing. Well, on one end, it's been one of the best days. Then on the other end, it's been one of the worst. Gotta get a real quick. May he continue to soar high. May he live on. I don't give rest in pieces to people that I know are great people. I want that spirit. I want that name to live on. So today, my uncle made his transition to join the ancestors. And tonight, I want to. So if I'm a little bit off my thing. You know,
it's all right, man. Just the fact that you're standing up. You know what I'm saying? Some people say that writing poetry is therapy. So I even appreciate you coming on and letting your pen literally leak with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? So just know we hugging you from afar. I'm hugging you. You know what I'm saying? Like all the love. I wish you all the support, and I'm sending you peace and blessings over your way. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to know the situation. All we got to know is we need to be there for each other. So definitely on that note, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to your uncle, this show right here. Go ahead and dedicate it to him in his name.
You know what's so interesting? So he is the first published poet that I knew personally. When I was a little girl, he had put out his first poetry book. And when I say one of my biggest inspirations and stuff, like, oh, I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful, you know, when you look back and look at just the people that the Most High put in your life and stuff. So I'm so grateful for this.
So what's the name of the book?
So, well, he got a couple of them, but his last one that he just put out, it was called For Truth Seekers.
Okay.
And, yeah. So he was about that life.
I see it. I might need to check that out. I'm about that life too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the truth out here in this matrix. We all are. You know what I'm saying? So any little tidbit that can help. So let's get to it. Like, how long have you been in this poetry game? Because I know you out
here. Well, girl, I've been writing them, and my elementary school used to have a poetry contest every year. I never win any of them. And actually, the first poem I ever entered when I performed was one of his. But it was just amazing getting on stage because, girl, we used to be crying and stuff afterwards, like, but when I was in my like senior year of undergrad, you know, I just was learning so much, and it was because I was learning so much, I started finding myself kind of feeling fearful, and that wasn't something that I've ever felt before, you know. And thankfully, you know, I just knew to just start writing. So I kind of wrote myself out of like the fear that, like, hey, these people crazy. Like,
exactly. Let me write about their ass.
Let me write about their ass real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I started performing like just before getting out of college, and been, you know, performing ever since then. So that was like 2003, 2004.
Okay, so we got some years up on us. So I see all these dope ass clothes behind you. Let's talk about this damn pop up you be having going on before you do your first piece. I'm talking about it's antique. I've watched a couple of them. You be lit.
Thank you. Oh, I love it. I'm a Detroit girl, born and raised, and you know, I know fashion was a big thing all over the place and stuff, but I just loved how Detroiters dressed when I was a little girl. Like, I couldn't wait for my mama to leave us at home by herself so I can go with her closet. Like, oh, she leaving? You know what I'm saying? So I love clothes. I love and not necessarily like designer or anything like that. Like, you gotta have late, and I ain't for that. Like, I love.
Oh no, you be having hood prices, man. I'm telling you, I watched. You be right. If I wore women's clothes, you be right up my damn alley. Let me that gonna be right there. You know what I'm talking about? Be right in the house.
I'm gonna start carrying more unisex and male clothes and stuff like that. So, but right now, the latest clothes got me.
I already know, because what you can't wear, you can get rid of. Let's go. I mean, you can shout till you drop, and it all got a purpose. Come on. So, what's the first piece you're gonna hit us with tonight?
The first piece called Just Yesterday.
And all right, well, let's get to it. Just yesterday, I'm telling y'all.
All right. Just yesterday, I saw my sister. I saw her walk like she was a queen. And just yesterday, I saw my other sister. I saw her talk like she was a queen. And it was just yesterday, I saw my other sister. I saw her think like she was a queen. But today I see her walk and talk like anything, thinking of absolutely nothing besides how she can kiss this frog, leaping from lily to lily to lily, and turn him into a prince. Then trying to convince herself it's meant to sit all day and vent until he repents. But until he repents, she fails to repent for the attempt of moral suicide. It's like on her life she commits. When what she thought was meant, it takes her on a trip down reality road. And as the truth unfolds, she learns that this frog may have never been a prince, but he was just a toad or a tadpole that was told to jump from lily to lily to lily. But as he keeps leaping, she keeps sinking. Not thinking that maybe just maybe if she finds the strength to hold herself up when he, or if it need be the next one, ladies, land on her, he'll find no other reason to jump. But instead, she spends all the time swapping sinking stories rather than thinking of her history that would have told her the story. That just yesterday she walked and she talked like a queen because just yesterday she thought like a queen. Now, just yesterday, I saw my brother. I saw him walk like he was a king. And it was just yesterday, I saw my other brother. I saw him talk like he was a king. And it was just yesterday that my other brother, I saw him think like he was a king. But today I see him walk all day blindly like a fiend. He yapping now more than a queen. And he thinks of absolutely nothing but a quick fix. So from his lips, he now spit these whack lyrics about how he can move bricks and he can move his reproduction stick, yet he ain't thought about the consequence. Kindly tap dancing even. Kindly killing godly images just for privileges to reign as king of the coldest. What Kanye called it, king of the coldest miracle whips. I said he's kindly killing godly images just for privileges to reign as king of the coldest. Whips now tear through his back. His family's following in a black Cadillac, dressed in all black, sending yet another black man back to the dirt. I hurt. Cry out loud. Facing yet another fatherless child. Praying that one day soon he gonna return to the now and come back. I said, come back. That king I used to know, who didn't have to vote in order to show, because see, around his crown, he knew a natural lamb glow. But I guess he don't know what he used to be. I'm guessing she don't know what she used to be. I'm guessing we don't know what we used to be, because we still treating each other like arch enemies, as if one do not understand the degree to whereas this world at times, it seems to disagree with what we both dreamed as being our destiny. When all he ever wanted to be, all she ever wanted to be, all I ever wanted to be was a helpmeet, helping my mate as he helps me to walk, to talk, and to think like the kings and queens this world used to see, because that's what we used to be. But boy, have we changed the way we think. Thank y'all.
Well, no, it ain't no fireman, but that shit was fire, man.
Oh, Shim, that shit was definitely fire. But not only was it fire, she just torched a lot of people out here. People better go back and listen to that 2 or 3 times, man. That wordplay was something else. Hell, I'm gonna go back and listen to it again, boy. That thing was on point. Y'all already know what time of night it is. It's one of my favorite times of the night, and we ain't had it in a while, but we got us a goddamn gone jumper tonight, guys. Yes, that's a new poet that we don't know that's about to jump or fall their ass off the porch. So let's see what's gonna happen. Let's go.
Years have gone by. At night, my body feels like it's not mine. His shadow gleams. Where he touches me, I can still feel his fingers. In my ear, he whispers, say a word or scream, and I'll hurt your sisters. I lay there crying in the pillow. My tears fall like the drops of a willow. Night goes on and on.
Okay, y'all, look at here. Tonight is a special one, y'all. Tonight I got niece and Pooh in the house, and I don't even know what she about to do tonight, y'all. She wouldn't even let me hear it. So,
Nah.
Sometimes you got to jump off that thing. So let me get up off this thing so she can go.
Hi. Hey. Wow. To be here on Poppy's Corner for my premiere? No, not the circle, not round, but more universal. The place where queens and kings come to spit, let they ink drip, have your mind fantasize. From GA, B more, UK, and many more? Oh, who am I, you ask? Let me see. I am the reminiscing queen. All hail ye nostalgia from GWP. I finally made it to this poetic scene. Been doing it since before my teens because it is etched in my genes. Foreseen by the Almighty, Alpha, Omega, and everything in between. Nostalgia, the reminiscing queen, whose memory skills are known to be supreme. I'm serious. Just ask Duchess, Mr. Mayor, just a few among us. They're the ones that named me because of my memory skills or because I'm a little insane. Especially on some Mary Jane, because it's like going back down memory lane. So let's start my reign in this poetic game. I swear I won't complain, because this is the domain where queens and kings come to play. Like Lil Wayne, sorry for the wait, but I'm in this bitch. So let's say it all together like Key-notes. Let's go. Thank you.
Oh, that black girl magic. Come back, say, oh, that black girl magic. Oh, I don't even talk to the jumpers, but I love you. Get out of here.
That was on 10. Y'all already know what it is. We about to swing this thing on back around, man. And I'm about to get Poetics back up here so he can bless us with his second piece. And so he can tell us where we can find his ass. Because this black man right here be on the move, y'all. I'm telling y'all, let's go. Jump, 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 jump. We in this guy. Yo, so let's go ahead and start off with what I wanted to know before we finish the last round on the last round, right? What inspired that piece that you wrote? The first one.
All black boys go to heaven. We have a narrative about, young black boys, young black men in this country. And, we don't give the proper representation for the innocence of black boys growing up. Often we see them in this light, but, when you start to talk to these kids, they just need guidance, you know what I mean? And Emmett Till, that was a story. That was something that kind of affected me a lot when I was younger, because it was true. I found out that he died at the age of 14 when I was 14. Right. And the story of Emmett Till is something that was really like heartbreaking. And we see a lot of young boys and young men, go too soon. And so, I wanted to talk about kind of our plight growing up from black boys to being black men. And how that grows, and it's a true statement that I know a lot of black men that have broken hearts. You know what I mean, and we don't talk about that. We don't showcase that. And I know there's a lot about men's mental health, black men's mental health, but it's something that's real. You know what I mean. We don't really have that many places to express ourselves, and so just bringing it all together in a spoken word piece, I wanted to just kind of express my experience with that.
Well, I'm glad that you did, man, because that's definitely something that a lot of people can resonate with. And we do see that every day. It's the same old story. Like, things just won't change. So the fact that you were able to express yourself in a creative way that will make people and bring it to people's attention is amazing. Because like you said, kings don't talk enough. They don't say their feelings enough. You know what I'm saying? I got 5 of them. And I teach them, boy, you better speak up, man, because... that's a lot of weight to hold on your chest, bro. You end up having a heart attack at a young age just because you don't know how to talk. Something simple. But we ain't gonna get into that. You know what I mean? What's the second piece?
Real quick before we go into this, I only mention this because some brother of mine, Sincere, who's also on the show right now, we are part of a black man's meetup group where we do have that space where men can be open and vulnerable without having a judgment of the judgment of society. It's just black men, and we have that. If you have any questions about it, just hit me up _POETIX_poetics on Instagram, and we could discuss it, because we do have a space for that so that men can express themselves.
That is so dope. We should have probably started the show with something like that. This was a king show. I told y'all the queen was closing the show. That is freaking amazing. And I was going to come back to ask you, but I can ask you now that we're talking, where we can find you? Because tomorrow, you somewhere in the city, baby.
No doubt. I'm going to be at the Heirloom Entertainment. We have a spoken word show. I have a performance, be a feature. Poetry Ain't Dead. Feature is going to be tomorrow at 9 p.m. Go to heirlooment.com for tickets. You can DM me. I'll give you the address. But yeah, we're going to have a feature tomorrow night. And also we have a stage play coming up September 9th called Situationships. I'm also do stage plays. I've been acting. I believe this is my 4th stage play here in Atlanta. So, we got a lot of things going on to support.
So you a situation out here, I see. Okay. I'm talking about situationship. Now you a situation. I see out here. You make sure that you put this stuff in Poppy's Poetry Corner. I actually have a group. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you post it up there. Because if I ain't doing nothing, you post stuff up in the city, man, I'm liable to pop the flick up on your ass. Like, and I be wanting to appreciate the love and stuff. So let's get to it. What's the second piece you're gonna give us tonight, King?
So this next piece is called "Started in the Basement, Back to Buy the Building." Started in the basement, back to buy the building. In 1862, the Homestead Act gave away 256 million acres of land. 1865, the 13th Amendment was written. 1877 ended Reconstruction and started Jim Crow. Separate but equal lasted through the 50s, civil rights lasted through the 60s, hippies in the 70s, and crack epidemic in the COINTELPRO ended the Panthers in the 80s. First Bush administration, then mass incarceration, Bush administration again, then Obama became the first black president to lead this nation. Cop killings on the primetime news, World star street fights, Instagram twerk videos just for views. You see, it could be painful to talk about our past. Sometimes. And I hate for you to think I'm playing the victim and I'm just diving into the inner workings of the system just to clarify the vision. And when it was 6 children in 2 bedrooms, I would watch TV and every family I would see seemed like they was living so much better than me. Every man with a nice dress, every man with a nice car, and with the neighborhood you're used to, it's not hard to put 2 and 2 together. But they never talked about true American history, how they got this land, how they built these industries, and the economy was always a mystery. Now stay with me. And for children, it's important for them to see true role models that look like them. It affects their future decisions. But every headline and movie title made them look like heroes to us. I'm just saying, they sounded real hypocritical when they said every man was created equal, but had several ducked down sleeping in the shed. I mean, I heard what was said, but what was done was something different. Rewriting history, so now when I Google Black Panther looking for Huey P. and Fred Hampton, I get the Marvel comic book instead. See, we deserve our own nation because of the deception that built this one. They tried so hard to bury us, but couldn't destroy the root. We kept rising despite the shade they threw. I can't give you rainbows and butterflies. I'm here to speak the truth. The same truth they try to hide and keep from you because they knew what it would do to the youth. And if it hurts to think what would happen if the pain never came to the surface, I guess that explains the sex and drugs we use as Novocaine. See, I can't stop the shootings, so I'd rather look away. So I wonder how long it took to draw a tear. See, the movie screen made it seem that we broke easily. But I think things went a little differently. I think they underestimated us, so they had to be a little tougher and more brutal. I think they lost some of their own when they tried to take us from our homes, targeted the weakest villages, the most non-violent tribes, not knowing there was a beast buried inside. I see the same fire still waiting to ignite the pride of a people. I see the doors they closed in our face. I see the peephole they left exposed just so we could see what we were missing, the cracks of success we keep trying to fit in. I see tension on our side of the fence. How green their grass was just to look down and only see concrete. See, I witnessed the resentment built up amongst ourselves. I saw the pastors and prophets before they fell. They paved the way for us to keep marching through. When one falls down, the next one steps up. That's what the love would do. See, I was with you when the dream was killed. And when by any means necessary turn to till death do us part. See, I wanted the distractions. I wanted the distractions too. I didn't want to focus on such hardships. We're children of the Most High. We bring light to any darkness. So I wanted the love, the luxury, the money. But they told everyone these streets flowed with milk and honey and ours was paved with dirt and bloody. It's our time to build. We control the economy. See, their heroes was Washington and Jefferson. Our heroes was Kwame Ture and Marcus Garvey. My heroes, Terrence Crosby, because he never forgot the spirit that got us through slavery. He saw the top floor and decided to build a ladder. I saw the ladder and kept my head held high. We left the pavement and haven't looked back since, because I remember the sacrifices made throughout the ages, how hard we fought just to get in the front door. I remember the journey, the faith, the fight, the feeling. I remember we started in the basement. Now we're back to take the building. Rebel.
Boy, you sure ain't right there, because that shit right there was facts.
And that was definitely Fat King. Thank you so much for bringing that thing right on back around. Don't go nowhere, man. Let's go. Y'all already know I got to bring bro back up here. This is a dope-ass vibe tonight. If y'all ain't been catching it and getting in, look at it. Somebody done typed something so big, I got to sit up on the chair just so I can get over it, right? Let's get bro back up here. Let's go. Bro, what's the second piece you're going to give us tonight?
Hey, we jumping into a joint called Celebration.
Ooh, celebrate good times somehow.
We are here to celebrate this life and the miracle that it represents. You see, each body, each mind divinely sent, but somewhere along the lines, we forget. We forget that we're all miracles made by the pinnacle of greatness, that greatness many believe to be God. We should all have a natural facade, but we forget. We forget that we're all made in a likeness. So to all that can hear, listen to this, never forget to celebrate. I mean, celebrate life and love, celebrate each other, celebrate as if my grandmother is your mother, the symbol of strength, one of the reasons why I love her. We are here. All created by a creator to love one another, but somehow, sometimes we despise of, we hate on, and we judge one another. However, let us never forget that we're all linked through spirit. So it's okay to see that next man or woman as your kin. I am reminded of a time when all I can recollect is joy. Celebrating this life is all I can remember, and happiness is gainfully employed. But somewhere along the way, we get caught up in this life, we lose the joy and all the happiness goes away. I say, but somewhere along the way, we get caught up in this life, we lose the joy and all the happiness goes away. But I also say, for your sake, don't let that be your fate. You see, regardless of how you see this life, we shall all leave here one day. So I am here to celebrate this life in the miracle that it represents. You see, each body, each mind divinely sent, but somewhere along the lines, we forget. We forget to celebrate. So right now, in this moment, never forget the celebration. So in conclusion, one question: is the life that you're manifesting worthy of that celebration? Thank you.
Yeah. I'm coming live from the A, man, but that shit, that deserve the A, man. Can the church say?
Right. Can the church say preach? I can, Shell.
Right.
I can say preach, fool. I got it. So, Sincere, bro, what can they find you at? What you got going on? And let's talk about this book, too.
Yeah, man, you can find me out in the streets. Sincere, SINCERE. You can find me with my family, VIP, Village Inspired Poets, which Poetics is one of the leaders of VIP. So it's 9 of us strong from all around the country, and we doing dope things.
Can't go wrong with that right there, man. So 30 laws, bro. We ain't gonna skip this. We is not skipping this. Come on, bro. Come on. How did the love book come about? What's up with the love book?
Man, check this out. After a divorce, I decided I wasn't doing that shit again until I found out how people got it right. You understand me? So that was the vibe. I went through a divorce. It took me 15 years of research, studying the clinical side, sitting down on the spiritual end of things, and finding out from people that have been in long-lasting relationships. And the 30 Love Laws was born. I found that they were saying 30 things that were the same or similar. So I decided to put it in the book and serve my community in that way.
Hey, man, look, the wife tapped into it. She been tapping in. I'm waiting on her to finish it so I can start it. You hear me? You know what I mean? Like, for real. I just asked too. I was like, yo, what you did with the book? She was like, oh, it's here. We just moved. You know what I'm saying? She's like, oh, it's here. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, hurry up with it or something. You know what I mean? Pass that thing on along. So how does it feel to accomplish something so huge, especially after 15 years of going through something that basically affected your life in a way that made you have to write about it?
Yeah, it was awesome. Like, it was an awesome accomplishment. I'm the first successfully published author in my family. The book has had amazing success. It's allowed me to take it to another level as a holistic relationship coach. So I work with people one-on-one. I work with couples. I work in groups. Actually, that group that my brother Poetic just mentioned on Dugu, that's also a group that I take part in. That's one of 5 different organizations that I spread my love around in service to my community. So we out here working, sis.
I hear you, man. I hear you, and I'm loving every bit of it, man. So, well, let me get up out here. I just had to come through, man. It's just been a blessing to have you on the show tonight. No cap. That for real. Let me go ahead and bring Dia back up through this thing for the one time. Thank you so much, bro.
Peace and love, family. Always a pleasure.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Joe, okay. So, let me rewind this thing and see if I can get this thing right this time, because they were rushing that. They were trying to go down memory lane, that for real. And we finna go down memory lane for real, right here on the show. But let me get it right. This queen right here hails from Detroit. She has a dual degree in organizational. Maybe that's why they ain't want me to say it, because I ain't gonna get the word right. You know what I'm talking about? Organizational communications. And she's a Black American studies with a career in independent radio. She has produced and hosted shows on FM Down for over 25 years, y'all. She's a member of the All Women's Collective Bottoms Real, founded by ATL's own Georgia Me. Miss D is also a lover, like y'all seen in them vintage clothes she had behind her, so y'all can find her in these streets too, at a pop-up shop near you. So let's welcome her back up on this thing. Pretty dope deal. Let's go.
We in here. We in here. Thank you.
All right, so we about to try this thing out right here, because I'm going to unmute the other mic over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to unmute this thing so bruh can get close to that thing. But before we even get into that, this is one of my favorite pieces that you do, right? Like, I instantly fell in love. I probably played that flyer, and I got the whole one. I probably played that thing over so much that they know it. I'm trying to tell you, these, and Nisi just put it in her poem. Back down memory lane. Right. Man, look, this poem goes hard. What inspired this poem? What kind of love? What kind of love we was tapping into?
Yeah. So, no, you know what? What it was, having lost a good guy because I was scared, you know, and young, and it's funny because I had to throughout life, like, say the poem and listen to it again, like, you know, hey, don't do this dude right now.
Get up on your feet. Don't do this no more.
Don't lose that dude right now. Yeah, so that's all it was. And then I love watching, you know, Black rom-coms and all that stuff. So I just decided to make a poem, you know, kind of highlighting them.
This is a powerful piece. I am happy to close the show out with it. If the music is too loud, just let them know. Everybody can hear you in the background. So if it's too loud, just let us know it's too loud. And we're going to rock it out, y'all. This is live on PPC. I'm about to get one of my faves.
Now, look, I need y'all to help me out, though, okay? So whenever I'm gonna do it the first couple times or so, but I need y'all, even if you're at home and stuff, just sing that back down memory lane. I need you to sing that for me, you know, throughout the piece. You'll know when it comes in.
I'm telling you, I got you a certified single. Finna come in this thing. But if you can't hear him, you don't see me come back in because I'm weak. Memory lane. But nah, I got you a certified singer. He's definitely in the background, so his mic is on. You just can't see him. You know what I'm saying? So just point to your screen or something when you're ready for that back down memory lane. So he'll know what's going on with the going on. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how this thing gonna work out. We about to try it, y'all. We about to try it.
Come on. You got it. All right. So y'all remember, he gonna help me out, but I want y'all to do this at home too with me. Right here. Back down memory. I ain't hear y'all. We're gonna do it one more time, but I gotta jump into the poem, so y'all need y'all to be on it. Back down memory lane. Like comment to Erica, he gave me poetry. No other man had ever reached me like this man, and none even attempted to teach me like this man. And although we ain't never take the cute long walks holding hands in the sand, I can look back and see that his footprints, they were left then. Back down memories. Now those footprints at the time, I was too blind to see that, like my savior, this man, he was carrying me. Because I was too busy focused on what I was doing for him and what I thought he should have been doing for me. That I didn't take time to see how he was contributing to my life. When it was so full of stress, causing me to weaken physically, spiritually, and emotionally. But God sent an image of him. Back down memory lane. He sent an image of him to grant me a sweet serenity. Like Billy, this lady, I had a song to sing that would move the earth, wind, and stars and move them all harmoniously. Back down memory lane. And when we touched, it was as adventurous as a flight from A to Z. See, he was like Nina's Darius to me, because it was like it talked to me. He had me hearing the lyrics that Jason gave Jada that made her walk and talk that old country way. Like Charlie and Carlito's way. Like Charlie and Carlito's way, he had me reinvigorated, re-assimilated. And when his heart relocated, to this day, I still haven't cried because I appreciate all that was shared between he and I. Yet time after I finally did see just what it was that he meant to me, I was still too full of pride to speak words of love because I didn't know if there was going to be any reciprocity. But today I've got the courage to say what Dre was too blind to see and Sydney, well, hell, she was too scared to say. And even if nothing at all comes of this, even if nothing at all comes of this, at least I can live my life now. I can live my life now free of what ifs. Now I admit that he was it. And if he wished, I'd commit. Yes, I'd commit, but only if he wished. Only if he wished. Only if he wished. And yeah, if he wished. If he wished. If he wished. I submit. Yes, I'd submit, but only if he wished. Only if he wished. Only if he wished.
Back down memory lane. And that's that piece, y'all. Hey, man, I couldn't hear my brother, but I was right there with you. I don't know if you can hear me the whole damn time, but I was back down memory lane in it, baby.
Thank you. I felt it. I felt y'all.
Hey, man, hey, thank you so much for that dope ass piece, man. Let me end this show right fast, man. Y'all already know how we end this thing, man. Make sure you wake up with gratitude so it shows in your attitude so you can reach those major altitudes. And we out. I mean, for real.
Y'all know tomorrow Key-notez gonna be doing her little foo-foo dance to thank everybody for tapping in and coming and shit. So I'm gonna go and thank myself now, cause that just ain't my type of party. Not even this month right here. Y'all know I like some down in the valley where the hoes get naked. So I just wanna thank my damn self for a good show. Let's go!